watching Dave's TV. And now to Dave, bringing you another beer review. Take it away, Dave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just left the house. I am headed to the 2025 BrewTuber Get Together in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm leaving Sebring, Florida, and I got about a 9.5 hour drive, maybe a little less. I'm just taking my time. I'm in no rush because I'm coming up a day early. Today is Wednesday. I don't even know what day is, July 8th, I think, or 9th. 8th. Hell, I don't know. But it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 3:30ish. Just took my time, got some coffee, and hoping God gives me a safe trip there and back and watches over my family. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't go. But the host of this is Chase from Nutmeg to Palmetto, coming up to help him out a little bit, help him and get everything set up. And he's doing it all by himself, I guess. So I like coming up a day early like I did last year. I hung out with Brian the Beer Snob. All right, I'll try to check in later. Cheers. All right, I don't know what the delay is, but I'm at Yeehaw Junction. I didn't feel like going all the way up to Haines City and hitting I-4 to get on 95. That's just way too much to do. It's just a caution light up there, so a lot of semis take this route. So I'm not too far from I-95, probably another 20, 30 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just got on I-95. Like I said, I did not want to go all the way up to I-4 in Orlando. It's just freaking crazy. It's like the New York City of Florida. So headed northbound, next state, Georgia. It's about 6:50 in the morning. I'm just taking my time. I'm in no rush. I don't think Chase gets off, or he won't get home till about 6:30, and I'm going to get there about 3 o'clock. I might kind of extend it and kind of slow down a little bit and pull off somewhere later on and get a bite to eat for lunch. All right, I'll check in with you next time. All right, guys. Florida is like one of the longest drives because I live in Central Florida, South Central Florida, and holy crap, because I know, remembering when I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, coming home, I could blow right through North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia on I-95 with no problem. But Florida, it takes forever. I am coming close up to the Kennedy Space Center and not too far from Daytona Beach. But yeah, just wish I had a navigator to talk to or something. I'm sitting here doing karaoke and nobody's seeing it. Because I know Shane from Shane's Craft Beer Review and Chase from Nutmeg to Palmetto, they want me to do karaoke, and I do it all the time when I'm by myself in the truck. Don't even realize it. All right, guys, we'll check in later. Maybe by the time I get into Jacksonville, I'll check in. I don't know, it's a little busy through there. It doesn't take too long to get through there, but that's a really big area in the state of Florida. So I'm going to check out for now. Peace. Guys, I'm stopping off here in Daytona Beach. Probably going to get monetized from my background music, but I'm listening to the radio. I'm stopping in at Buc-ee's. First one ever. If I can ever. These red lights are crazy. There we go. I'm going to go check it out real quick, get some gas, maybe get a little something to eat real quick. I'm kind of hungry. If I can just figure out how to get there. Another red light. Rose. Man, that place is massive. Holy crap. Well, go find the bathroom and some fuel pumps. Use the bathroom first and then get something to eat and then go get gas. Alright, we'll check it out here in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I am in Jacksonville, Florida. Been a long time since I've been through here. Long time. Ready to get out of here too. What a big cluster. Just do a little quick update. Not too far from Georgia. Probably another says I got 393 miles to get to Chase's place, but I think Georgia's probably another 20-30 minutes away. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just made it into South Carolina. According to my GPS, I still got 248 more miles to go to get to Chase's house, because he lives in Greenville, South Carolina. And gonna have probably the next 50 miles or so stop and get some gas. I don't like getting below a half a tank. That's just me. So, yep. Actually, I'm just passing Hardeeville, I think it's called, South Carolina. It's been a long time since I've been this way, since the mid-90s when I was in the Marines. Used to go down this I-95 all the time. right, guys, I'm gonna sign out and until the next post. See ya. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am on I-26 and not too far from Columbia, South Carolina, and starting to get into some hilly country, getting closer to the mountains, I guess, but ears are popping. But I'm probably less than 2 hours away from my destination, and man, it's been a long time since I've been in South Carolina. Glad to be back. All right, man, it's starting to pick up on the traffic, so I'm gonna cut out of here till the next vlog. Probably do one when I get to the house. All right, peace. All right, everyone, I made it to Chase's house, and with no issues. Got here about 20 minutes ago, maybe. Just waiting for him to get off work. His mom was kind enough to meet me here and let me into his place. Yeah, so just waiting for him to get here and try to figure out what we're going to do. And I'm just glad that I'm not driving anymore, at least not until Monday. All right, guys and gals, we're going to end this and maybe do some, hit a brewery maybe tonight. I'm not sure before the get together start. So stay tuned.